super excited to try out all of the stuff that we are working on, and we are going to take you through a session of building an app, or as far as we can get in the course of 2 hours. Uh, Eric will be presenting the app that we're going to build, and then Guillem will do his utmost to build it for us. This is going to be really exciting. It's really exciting for us to play with all the stuff we've been building, and we're ready to get on this roll. Okay, so Eric, take it away. What are we going to build today?
Thanks, Victor. Today, the challenge is to build an app called FriendZones. So it's a time zone app so that you can see your different friends' time zones so you know when to set up meetings with them, or just like when is a good time to call what friend because they're not asleep. Uh, and I drew a picture, which I will share here by sharing my, well, actually, first I'll share it this way because it's cuter and you can tell that it's corporeal and made of matter. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Look at that little UI up in there. So here's our
Mm.
thing. There's a little bit of color in it, but I'll show you and I'll walk you through it and I'll explain what it does and what we want to do with it. So here it is. And this is the friend zones UI. I don't know if this is our final UI, but it's the one we've got right now. This is me. This is my little icon. It's a bear. This is the same one. Oops. This is the same one here. I'm in Hanoi in Vietnam, GMT +7, and it says me. So I already know this one's my me one. And then you can see it's, imagine that it's 3:58 p.m. here where I am. And I'm friends with Guillem. This is Duque. And I'm friends with Victor. This is a and and I can see where they're at, but they're in the same time zone, even though they're in different places, Barcelona and Malmo, or outside of both of those places. I don't know how specific you guys wanted to get with your location, so I kept them this way. And then
Mm.
and then yeah, so this is the time it is currently, and it's gray because that's the time it actually is, and it's also bound, but you can move the bounding box to a different time. Like we could set the bounding box here, and then it would adjust the time here to say 5, 11, 11, 5, 2, so that you could set the bounding box in a spot here and see, oh, how does that work for everyone updated over here? So this is like if I want to schedule a meeting across different time zones with different people, and these are the people that we've got here. We've got Carolyn in New York, Yakuta in San Francisco. It's a terrible time for them here, and maybe if we did my evening over here, it would work for Carolyn, but it's still going to be terrible for Yakuta. So we get that. And maybe they don't all have this app or want to use the app. I would like to be able to email them this view, hit this button, and then send an email to, I know we're not going to get this today, and then email them this so that then they can see, oh, this is all of our times, and this is the time that's been selected and proposed. Um, so if, let's say there's someone else we wanted to add to this, I want to add another friend to this list, I can hit the plus button here. And then I would add my friend Emily, who's also in San Francisco, who is then a bad example because San Francisco's here, so we should add someone in a different time zone. Let's add Alex in Istanbul or in Turkey time, right? So then we'd get another time zone here and we would see that. So I'm just going to walk through all of these different pieces, knowing that Guillem is tracking all of them. The expectation is we'll build just a teeny little piece of this today to be able to fuddle with. But it's my understanding, Guillem, that it's better for you to do that if I walk you through all of what this app is supposed to do and all of the different things I want first. Is that right? Or is it too?
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
no, absolutely.
Okay, great. So then one thing I might want to do is say, oh, this is a group that I want to do meetings with regularly. So I'm going to save this group and say, okay, this is my this group. When I hit save this group, I get a little prompt, and the prompt is going to say like, well, this is a different prompt, but it'll say like add group name, and a little pop-up will come up and it'll have a box in it, and then I'll be able to name that group. Once I name that group, it comes and it populates over here in this field of named groups that I have. And you'll see it has a little scrolly bar here, so I can scroll through it. I'm realizing now that it should actually also have a search bar here, because I might have so many groups that I need to search through. But for now we have this. So then, okay, so I could say in here, I could select Darksoil and Danny. And if I did that, it would populate over here the Darksoil and Danny group. Or if I clicked my mesh friends or my microalgae museum or my P2P shipyard or family or dance friend group, right? So let's say I was looking at a group, or let's say I'm looking at Darksoil and Danny over here, but I want to clear the slate and I want to schedule a new meeting, then I can hit create a new group, and then it will just show me at the top by default in my time zone. And then it will, right below me, it'll say add friend. And then I'll be able to add a new friend to that and create a group by adding friend after friend after friend. And then if I want, I can save that group and name it. And then the other function would be to hit view friends. And this one I'm not as sure about here. So this one, like the other stuff, I feel pretty confident about. This is something that feels more, I don't know how this is supposed to look. So I'm bringing you kind of like a question around it. But the idea is I want to be able to just see all of my friends as time zones, kind of like a scrolling Rolodex
Mm.
that I could then go through and say, oh, yeah, yeah, here's these people. I could see all of these time zones. Because sometimes I scroll through my Signal or I scroll through my WhatsApp, and I'm thinking, I want to talk to someone, but I don't really know who I should talk to. And I have to think, oh, is that a good time for them? Is it not a good time for them? And sometimes I'm not actually sure about that. So it would be really nice to be able to be like, oh, who's around right now that I could talk to? So that would be in the view friends area. And then it would just be, this whole thing would just be a long scrolling populated thing. And there might even be boxes next to people. So I could say, oh yeah, I could click this box, I could click this box, I could click this box. So as I'm scrolling and looking through all of my many, many friends, I might select a bunch of them and create a new group out of that. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Um, is the view friends supposed to show a pop-up? No, it's supposed to replace the main view.
Exactly. View friends replaces this with just all of my friends, and I'm just scrolling down through them. And then the only difference I think is that it gives me a little box right here that I can select them to add them to a group while I'm going through my friends.
Okay.
Um, and then I think the last feature to note here is that I added some colors here. So like, let's say, well, I guess this second to last. So before that, there's this thing which is some of us will have accounts and some of us won't. So I have this little check mark here. It's not a very well drawn check mark, but I promise that's what it is. And uh, me, Guillem, and Victor all have the check mark because we all have FriendZones, the app, and we have it set up, and we have an account, and we've shared our accounts with each other. And we've gone in, we've said, actually, okay, these are times that I'm available to meet here and here. And here is Victor's, the green ones, right? And then these are times I'm not putting any information in. That's fine. We can guess or we can figure it out or not know. That's fine. And then there's times where I might say, I'm busy, red, right? So it's kind of like what you do with your calendar. And in an ideal world, it syncs with the stuff that you have like this in a calendar. And then, so we can see that with each other. And then I can't see that with Carolyn. I can't see that with Yakuto because they don't have the check mark, because I've just written Carolyn in and I've written in Carolyn's, what is it? Carolyn's time zone. So when I would hit add a friend, it would go to my list of friends, and then I could select one from it. I could search in the list like I would search on Signal, or I could add a new friend to that list. And to do that, I can add one. I would then say like, okay, here, I'm going to write in the name Carolyn, and then I'm going to write in Carolyn's time zone, so it's a placeholder. And then I don't know how we deal with this, but at some point, Carolyn might join the app, and then I want to replace Carolyn's account that has a profile that has a check on it with the one that I wrote in as a placeholder. So this might also say like, it might have some other little icon here that reminds me that like I made Carolyn, or this is like a stand-in for Carolyn. So that then when Carolyn has a real account and Carolyn travels to Amsterdam, it updates because it's on Carolyn's phone and it's getting updated, and I know what Carolyn's actual time zone is. That's it. That's friend zones.
Awesome. Can you walk me through the actual concrete process where you would add a friend that doesn't have an account in the app? Like you click add friend,
Yeah, so I click add friend, and
and
then
that what yeah, exactly.
so I have two things that pop up. One is I've got this pops up. Here, and I
Yeah,
could stop sharing so you could see it better. So this pops up,
yeah.
which is like a search thing, a search bar here, just like you have in Signal, right? Where you go to the top and it's a search bar and you also have a list of everybody. So I
Mhm.
could search and then I get a list that gets updated as I start putting in my letters in my search box. But also what I have here up underneath the search thing is add new friend. So if
Yeah.
they're not in my friend list already, I can hit add new friend. If I hit add new friend, then I get this pop up, which gives me a
Mm.
name to input and a time zone to input. And then what also would give me, and maybe this would show up somewhere else as well, invite friend, which maybe should be listed differently, or like send email invite to this friend. So then I can actually send, I could fill it out and I could send Carolyn an email invite saying, hey, I would love for you to join this thing so we can coordinate more easily.
Got it. Thanks.
I realize that that section doesn't feel super clear.
Yeah, and it's a pop-up from within a pop-up, which is kind of an anti-pattern. But
Well, yeah, I'm not I'm totally open to doing it differently.
okay. Cool.
So one option to do it differently that way could be, I don't know if this counts as a pop-up in a pop-up, but here's an idea. Um, what you could have over here in this view,
Mm.
on this side, you could have groups and you could have friends written here.
Mm-hmm.
So you could toggle between them here. I can look at my groups and then I could click this and I could just look at the list of friends here and the pop-up would then come and then what would show up underneath this here is add new friend. And actually what would also show up then would be invite friend.
Well, what
Maybe.
would make sense is if all of that is in the view friends section, actually.
Okay.
You know that we already have a view friends.
Yeah, you're right. It would just be the view friends section. And then in the view friends section, instead of it would have another thing that's like add new friend up
Exactly.
here. Totally right.
Exactly.
Totally right. Totally right. Totally
Exactly.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Hmm. Okay. So thanks, Eric. This was really good. Trying to order my thoughts. Okay, so the I think it's only a question and then we can get going actually. The app can automatically know what time zone you're in by the way that the API and web browsers work. It can't really know the city you're in.
Okay.
Right? That's just not available as a property in our browser. Like that's seen as too invasive and a privacy problem. So before, like, if we want to have the city in there, which we can have, we need to be able to set it and update it.
Yeah.
So how would that be done? you go into the
I would
app.
get a pop-up. So if my app senses that I'm in a new time zone, it can say, and this is what Flux does. Flux is wrong a lot about where I am. But it knows that I've traveled, which is enough for me. So when Flux sees that I've traveled somewhere, I'm in a different time zone, it says, hey, I see you're in a different time zone. And it just does a guess, and the guess is usually wrong. And I say, okay, no. I am actually here. And it brings up a little map, and I select on the map. This is where I don't select on the map. It shows a map, and it has a box that you can put a location in. When you put the location in the box, then it puts a pin in the map and it says, okay, this is the city, this is the time zone. It doesn't say this is the time zone, this is the city, because it doesn't need time zone. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe we say time zone because it definitely needs time zone. Yeah. Would that
cool.
work?
Yeah, something like that will make it work.
Great.
Cool. I think I have everything I need.
All right, great.
Cool. Should we get going?
Yes, let's get going.
So what I would target to do is not do the account creation of account when the person hasn't joined the app. At first, just do friends that have actually joined the app. Set your city and time zone, synchronize that with your friends, and display the time zones. Let's start with that. I'm confident that we could do that. And then if we get to it, let's also do the groups.
Amazing. Yeah,
Something like that.
That's all. I mean, even if we could do that first thing, that's more than I was expecting.
Yeah, let's just try it. Cool. So just as a framing before getting to all of this, throughout all of this session, we are going to be using a bunch of tools that we have internally in Darksoil. It's got modules, it's got a full stack on developing Holochain applications. All of this we are in the process of packaging and producing as a business offering. But it's just really cool to be able to just play with it and produce something as quick as possible. Just as a context, all of this is available, but not yet available as in open, but not yet available for people to just use by themselves. Cool. So with that context, just going to share my screen. And hopefully this is not too much. Whenever I go too much into the weeds, like let me know and I'll just like pull up and do something else. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to the T-NESH stack. So this is our full stack to build peer-to-peer applications built in Holochain. And this is the command with which you can scaffold a hub. So I'm just going to go to my projects folder. So that's, yeah. And I'm going to run that command. And okay, app name, that's FriendZones. Is it FriendZones or Friends?
Friend zones, and it's one of the great branding challenges of this app. Yeah, well,
Like
there's
this?
so many different domains. Yeah, friend zones.
Awesome. Choose a package manager. I like PNPM. Okay, cool. Now we get our app. Let me go inside of it. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a single DNA. This app will have a single DNA because it's only a big network. Everyone inside the network, but all of the data will be actually private. So we are only going to be doing private entries here. So HC scaffold DNA, and the DNA should be friend zones. Cool, done. We are going to scaffold a zome as well, which is friend zones integrity, and coordinator. Awesome, awesome. This is regular stuff. I'm going to allow this. And now what I'm going to say is, let's actually do a couple of scaffold things as well, which is going to the friends zone that we have, right? So this is like friend request and accept friend request and list friends and all that kind of thing. And I'm going to add the zome to our hub with this command. Copy it. Going to go over here, make sure everything is up to date and run the command. And the command is going to do a bunch of things. It's telling me all the things it's going to do. And yes, I'm ready to continue. It's adding the friend zone, and now we have friends in our app.
Guillem, can I butt in for a second? Victor,
Yeah.
are you seeing the kind of like glitchy view of the text editor and of some of the other parts of the screen?
Like there's a little bit of yeah, so there's like a striped gray area sometimes when there is windows above windows. I've seen that with Guillem's screen before. Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah. Guillem, are there other windows in the background or like a little like window in the corner behind this one that you could shift? Because it's making it a little bit hard to it's hard to see where you're writing in the text editor.
Okay. Is it better now? I put
No, bottom left
no.
hand, it's better in the upper right hand corner. In the bottom left hand corner, it's where it's challenging.
In the bottom left.
Bottom
Well, that's
left-hand
interesting. Let me try something. Okay, let me just try to do this. Is it any better now?
We're not at the bottom left hand yet. I think it's not. I think it's still a little bit weird in the bottom
Like
left, but that's okay.
here?
Keep going. That'll fix it. Yeah, that'll fix it.
Okay.
Raising the bot. If you raise the bottom up up some of the, if you shrink the window from the bottom up, maybe you just did.
No, I can't actually, like this doesn't work
Okay.
that way. Like something
All
like
right.
this, you mean?
Yeah, that works. It's in the top one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Cool.
All right,
So
thanks. Sorry.
yeah, no worries. Let's just see what we have. So what we have right now, we have one DNA called FriendZones, and in that DNA we have the FriendZones zone, yes, and the Friends integrity and coordinator zone. Let's just see what's up here. This is our overall container for the Holochain app. Cool. And now let's go to home page. Cool, we don't have profiles here actually, so let's get rid of that. Okay. And lastly, what I'll do is I'll go over to our new zone called private event sourcing, which is a mini engine built on top of Holochain to sync all private entries between your link devices and only with the people that you select. So Holochain normally is you publish the data and everyone has the data and everyone can see it. But in certain apps, and for example this one, that's kind of not the desired UX. The desired UX is you select the friends that you want to share this with, right? So it's actually quite different than what Holochain was designed to do. So this is why we have the private event sourcing zone, which is like you commit events private in your source chain, and then those events get to only the people that you give permission to. Okay, so I'm going to just follow these sections here. Let me actually have it side by side. Okay, here, and this should be private event sourcing, private event sourcing. Good. And now we go to friend zones integrity, and this is private event sourcing integrity. Should point to that repository as well. Private event sourcing zone branch main 04. And then coordinator as well, but it's not the integrity, it's that one. Okay, cool. And now I'm basically just going to remove everything in the integrity because the private event sourcing is going to handle everything for us. So private event sourcing integrity module, good. And now I'm kind of gonna do the same with the coordinator. Except for this, so in your coordinator zone, add a private event file with this. So this is actually the contents of our coordinator zone here. So DNAs, friend zones, zones, coordinator friends zones, private event.rs, good, mod private event. Cool, and I think that should be mostly it as per scaffolding. And oh, sorry, we also need to add the UI for this thing. So this should be private event sourcing zone. Okay, good. I'm going to go back here, just boot another terminal. Good, and it's just syncing. This should do as per the scaffolding of the various pieces that we have already available and coded to pull them in our hub to just be able to reuse a lot of work and features from both Friends Zone and private event sourcing zone. So now we should have a much easier time actually coding the app. So let's go to private event. And this is not your zone. This is friends. No, sorry, friend zones event. Good, friend zones event and friend zones event. Where is your zone? This should be friend zones and friends. Okay.
Sorry.
Should be no. That's okay. That's okay. Friend zone event and friends zone event. Okay, what's the last thing? Good. Okay, so ready. What's the kind of thing that can happen in our app? Let me see. So we can just say set time zone, city string, time zone string, right? Good. And in our lib, we are going to say we have a function, extern set my time zone. And then this would need a set my time zone input, which is city. Should we do? No, I think that's fine. City and time zone. Good. This is just normal Holochain stuff now. Serialize, debug. set my time zone. Good. And now we should create a private event, and the private event is a FriendZones event of type set time zone, which is just the city and time zone. Okay, good. Okay, good. And now city is city.input and time zone is timezone.input. The other way, input.city, obviously, and input.timezone. Okay. So sorry guys, this is going to be just a little bit of backend work before we can actually get to the UI stuff, which, okay, it's like you see side by side and maybe it's more interactive. Now what I
This
need
is
to
great.
do.
We're pretty stoked.
Okay. Glad.
Backend work is pretty exciting.
Now what I need to do is go over the friends zone and query all my friends to be able to share the time zones I'm in to my friends and only to my friends. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to go to the friends zone code and just, no, not even there. We don't have it there. We have it here. Yeah, this is how you call from one zone to the other. So let's just create a new file, DNS FriendZones, zones, coordinator, FriendZones, source, and this should be friends. Okay, so this file is supposed to handle FriendZones calling friends. Okay, and here this is a template for link devices, so replace link devices with friends. This should be friends. And actually this is not supposed to be reusable, so let's just assume that it's there. So something like query all friends, which should a vector of and actually we don't have it reusable. Okay, that's a note to do in the future. I'm just going to grab the friends type right now from here, friend. Where are you, my friend? All friends. Here we go. And this is a friend, and this is a profile. Cool, so this is a profile, and this is a friend. Cool, and this is going to give us a list. Friends. And I'm just going to reuse this. Zone name is going to be friends. And the call is query all friends, query all friends. Good, and this is going to return, no, it's just a vector of friends. Oh, awesome. Friends and return the friends. Okay, of friends. And now I'm going to go to the private event and say that the recipients of a set time zone event are going to be friends query all my friends. Exactly. And now we are going to do all agents should be friends.into_iter.map. A friend has potentially multiple agents. Each agent is a device. So we are going to just get all of them and collect them. and return all those agents. Okay, what's up? Into ether not found. Huh? Okay, maybe it's missing that. Yeah, it was missing that. Okay, cool. Cool. Now let's add this set my time zone here. Actually, this should be a private event sourcing store for FriendZones event. So type FriendZone. This is of type set time zone, city string, time zone string. Goal. And I'm missing, no, certificate type is there. What's up? Super calls. Yeah, I know, but this is a constructor, my man. How did I friend zones? Friend zones event. Extends this, set my time zone, city, time zone, turn this dot call zone, set my time zone, city, time zone. What are you complaining about? Ah, this is not a store, this is a client. Actually, this doesn't even make sense. This was supposed to be in the store and I'm in the client. Cool, so friends. No, wait, actually this should be 10 private event sourcing client. Good, got that going. And then exactly the same for friends zones store. So here, what we are doing basically is we are taking the private event sourcing zone, which basically does everything for us as far as committing the private events and synchronizing it across link devices. And it also offers us UI logic components, the store and the client, because basically all zones that deal with private events should more or less behave the same way on the UI side. They commit private events and they then listen for private events and they show to the UI the aggregation of those private events appropriate. So for example, here, this is a private event sourcing store, and the only type of events that can happen in this app are friend zones events. Okay, good. And yes, it should derive a super call. Good. And now what? We should say my time zone is a new async computed. Async computed is our state management. So this is the S in T-NESH. If you are looking at the website and like wondering what's all the pieces and how they fit with each other, async computed is a single JavaScript object that you can subscribe to, and it's going to return you your time zone, and every time it gets updated, it's going to be updated as well. Cool, so now we know that here we have private events get, And we are going to say let my time zone, and this can be city string, time zone string, or undefined. And at the end, I'm just going to return that time zone, my time zone. And I'm just going to go over, oh, actually, time zone string timestamp as well. Timestamp. Okay, so here I'm just going to go over all the entries and just of object.entries private events dot value. Oh, right. If private events is still not completed, then we just return that. If not, it has finished, and we can just say, let's see, if entry dot event dot content dot type is not set time zone, just continue. We are not interested in that. If it actually is set time zone, if my time zone else my time zone equals city entry.event.content.city, same for time zone, city, timestamp should be entry.event.timestamp. That's good. And now if we have a time zone, and actually I'm going to say if we don't have a time zone here, or my time zone.timestamp is less than entry.event.timestamp. Okay, so we are just filtering out the latest time I set my time zone. All we are doing here. My time zone, my time zone, then city, my time zone.city, and time zone, my time zone.time zone. If not, this is just undefined. Good, we have a little thingy that returns our time zone if we have set it. Oh, actually no, because this could be other people set time zones actually. So we should actually construct this a bit differently, right? We should say, get me the time zone for this agent. Yeah, let's do it like this. So instead of my time zone, we are going to have time zone for agent. And this is going to be a memo Holochain map of given an agent, which is of type agent public key. Time zone for friend, I'm going to call it. So given a friend, get me their time zone. So this is just needing another one of these. Good. And now if encode has to base 64, entry.author equals encode base 64, friend. No, the other way. If this is not for this friend, we are just going to return. And then my time zone is just, okay, time zone for agent actually. Okay, so this dot time zone, what happened? Okay, my time zone is this dot time zone for agent. Great. For my public key. Okay, yeah, something's up. This was expected. Sure. I'll be polite with you. Okay, that we have. That's good. Now let's go over to our home page. Okay, how do we want to play this? In our home page, there's going to be a pop-up. Or maybe in our Holochain app, actually. Yeah, first you profile prompt. Good. And then what? And then I actually think it's going to be, no, it should be, no, it shouldn't be a pop-up, it should be a prompt. So let me steal some code from the profile prompt. That's completely fine because it's really similar. And now it's going to actually be called timezone prompt, FriendZones, FriendZones elements, timezone prompt S, and this is time zone. No, friends store. Yeah, friends store context. Friends. Friend zone store. Friends zone store. That's good. Friends zone store context. Friends zone store. Out with this, out with this. We don't want any of this. Good. Render prompt. Okay, let's see. And instead of my profile, it's going to be my time zone. And for now, we are going to say this is my time zone. Render prompt, error fetching your time zone. Render prompt. Profile exists exactly if my time zone exists. Render that. If not, we have to, yeah, exactly. We have to, let's see. So button set time zone. Okay, let's see, and this should actually be inside of a card, and then a span, something like set my time zone. And then what? I'm tempted to just use, yeah, let's use the combo box and just use the city. Let's build a mini city combo box, right? Let's see. I looked at this. Yeah, exactly. Good. I looked at this library because I knew that we were going to be dealing with time zones, and obviously, if we don't have like a support of get me all the time zones and search through cities and so on, like we don't have time in 2 hours to input all the cities and all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to use this really cool library called City Time Zones, which allows you to look up cities and their time zones. So let's just implement that. Let's see. So this should be in the UI. We install, what was it called? City time zones. Cool. We are going to import our combo box freshly out of the oven. And now set my time zone is going to be SL combo box. The label is going to be actually city. And let's see here, searching with the filter should look like going through. And now let's see. Search string, look at the city. No, this is the full. Springfield Mo will return. Yeah, this method will return any partial match for the search term based on city, province, or country. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would think. Okay, so let's try to use this, see how it goes. So we should import from city time zones, and this should be frame from city, state, province, and then find from city, state, province, filter, async, but this should return city data, good. And now this should be mapped to city data to city data dot name. No, what is a city? Okay, good. Good. And now whenever this changes here, we are selecting a city, right? Custom event. We should say something like city. This city data or undefined. And this should re-render every time. And here we are going to have what is the I think it's going to be e.detail dot value. Is that right? Let me just go see how combo box is coded. Combo box. Oh, and it doesn't have any detail. Okay, it does have a value though. No, e.target.value should go. Should be good. E.target.value. Good as SL combo box. Okay, good. If value, then we are going to look up the city and we are going to say city data is that. So look up via city. Now we have the city name. So const city data equals this. Good. Value. Good. And now I'm just going to say that there is only one. City data equals city data. Okay, what's up with this city? And now we are going to say that the disabled equals this the city. So if there is no city, then this should be disabled. Good. Guys, like almost there to see some UI. So this is a button. Button is either target as SL button, and this should be a button dot loading equals true, and then it's false. And then let's see, this should be try setting our time zone. Notify error, fail to set my time zone. console.error wait this dot store dot client set my time zone. The city is going to be city. And actually, why is this? Yeah. City is this dot city dot city exactly. Object is possibly undefined, then actually it can't be undefined because we set it's disabled. And we have here our time zone. Venga, vale. I think. Okay, good. And now we are just going to go to our Holochain app and say time zone prompt. We're just going to import our time zone prompt from FriendZones element time zone prompt. Good. Let's just start it up, see what's up. So what this should do is, if we haven't set our time zone, which we haven't at first, it should prompt us to set our city, and then that's going to get stored. Let's see.
Quite enjoyable. I was watching a AI thing today, and I was putting out code at about the same rate, but I'm pretty sure that this is a little bit more stable.
Hopefully. It's probably going to fail the first couple of times. So let's see. Cannot define multiple custom elements with the same tag name. Right, what are we? The profile prompt should actually be from the friend zone, actually, not from the profiles. Friends zone. Okay, what other thing? Are we importing something from the profiles that I'm not? Profile list item. No. Profiles zone. Interestingly, what are you complaining about? So welcome to the really interesting and funny world of debugging. So friends context, display error, select avatar, create profile, profile prompt. Why is create profile and profile prompt even in there? Create profile. Hey, ha! Time zone, we forgot to change this name, the name of this thing. It's not profile prompt anymore. It's time zone prompt, time zone prompt, time zone prompt. Okay, it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing. Undefined is not an object. This dot start on my time zone. Okay, why is that? Friend zones context. That should give it the context. Let's log this dot store here. This dot store is undefined. Why is that? Friends zone context. That seems about right. Interesting. So this dot store, I think, yeah, okay. I think this is just oh no, this might be an actual thing. Why is this not set? the other way around. Good, no error anymore. Hopefully it still works. Let's just see. Now the create profile is actually on the top left, which we don't like. Is this because of the profile prompt? This may be because of the profile prompt, and if that's the case, not sure. There is a lot to do about that. Let's just see here. No. Okay, so it's just a matter of making things big. So FriendZones context, why is FriendZones context actually is not imported. We should have imported this. Okay, now it's better. Now it's better. Okay, getting somewhere. So now we create our profile, for example, with this, create profile. Good. So we don't have any time zone. It prompts us to create our time zone, and this is hella ugly. So let's try to fix that. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. We can have a little bit better understanding. So this should be a column. It should have like a gap of 16px. And then this should be deep. Okay, that's already better. This button should have variant primary to give it some color. Okay, let's just try enter a filter to search. Oh, it just froze my thing. Oh, is this too? Are we asking too much out of this? Wow, we may be. I mean, it seems to work. It may be a lot. Cool. I mean, it works. So now we have set our time zone. Let me try, like the thing that made it go really slowly is searching through all the cities in the world. I'm not 100% sure how that can be optimized. Like this depends a lot on the library that we are using, right? Which is this cities time zones. I'm going to go ahead and say that let's try to complete the rest of our functionality and let this be as of now. Like, okay, searching for cities is a little slow.
That's okay. It can be slow to search for cities now.
Yeah,
We're not making a
for
finished
now.
product.
For now.
For now. Ultimately, we need instant city search.
Yeah. Understood, sir. So, let's see, to do replace this with the content of your app. So what I'm going to go, I'm going to go to my home page, and I'm going to actually import here manual friend request. Yeah, so this is how we are going to do the friend request as of right now. In the future, this is much better done with something like QR codes or links, but it's that's just a little bit of work to get up and going. So we are just going to use this as of now. So this is an element coming from the friends zone that if you click it, it tells you how to do the manual friend request. So basically you copy over this code, you send it through our Signal or some other messaging app, and then you paste it, and now you're friends, right? Cool. That's the idea. And then here, let's make it so that, first of all, my time zone is displayed here. So let's see. This is an interesting challenge, actually. So is it better to do it here or not? let's do it here for now. So time zone property, time zone stores. Good. And now we do something like cons my time zone. This dot store dot my time zone dot get. Do we have any switch? Yes, we have a switch here that we can just use. Okay, good. And this should be render time zones. And my time zone is a city string. Actually, let's just define a time zone type. Time zone. Export interface time zone, which is actually city and time zone. Good. So now we have my time zone. Render time zones. And actually, I know that my time zone can't be undefined because we have a prompt for that. So at first, let's see, this is a. So this is a grid. Do we do it by, yeah, I think we do it by column first. So first we have div class column div. Oh, and actually it's not only my time zone, it's also my profile that we need here. So friends store context, friends store. So this we need to join them, join async. This is part of our signals infrastructure. So not only we need my time zone, we also need my profile. Awesome. So that's my profile. And now this is the first one, and my time zone dot value. The second one should be my profile. What's up? Yeah, obviously. Now here is my profile, which is a profile. Good. And now we can render as a column plus, as a row. So let's see, this is class column actually. So render profile, profile time zone, good. Profile time zone. That's good. And now we render profile of my profile and my time zone, and we return. This is going to be the class column. So this is a column where, first of all, and we have some gap, small one, but we need some gap. First of all, we have span name. So we have our name. Good. Then we have our time zone, which is going to say placeholder span. And I'm going to say, was it first the city or the time zone, Eric?
It was the city. The city is above the time zone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We have it. Okay, so that's us. Eric, do you understand what's like? This should be here, right? As the first row, top left. This is me. ASDF is my username.
ASDF. Oh yeah, because I know you as ASDF in many demos.
That's my favorite kind of thing. Cool. So we have my profile. Now let's render my actual time zone. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Render profile, that's one. Then we have render time zone. And it should be, okay, so render time zone, that's the row, right? And Eric, you said that that right now should be in the middle.
Here, do you wanna see it again, or?
No, I think I have it in my
Right
head.
now, so it's like on the left is like my icon and my name. And then
Okay.
next to that is the city and country. Underneath that is time zone. And then to the right of that is the current time or the selected time. We're talking about
Thanks.
for the view in the chart, right?
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
where we are. Ooh, it freaked out. What happened? I know my man. Ah, yeah. Okay. Style, size, 32 px, align items, center. Okay, that starts to be there. And then render time zone. So let's see, can I use all right, and here we have the playground that's telling us what's happening. And if you wanna know where our time zone is, it's here.
Cool.
Right, but it's as a private entry, so it doesn't show in the DHT, right? These are my profile and my time zone is what's happening here.
Cool. So we can have it be a secure thing that people only see if we actually choose to share it with them.
Yeah. Only your friends. Which was actually somewhat tricky to do in Holochain, but now with the private event sourcing, it's much easier to do it that way.
Cool.
Cool. So let me go and see shoelace style. So shoelace style, this is the library of components that we use. Relative time, no, we don't want relative time. We want format date. Can you do time zones, my friend? It seems it can. It seems it can. Ah, that's so cool. I love shoelace. Okay. No, it's just a joy to use. So shoelace, these components, this is format date, we import format date, and now we're going to say something like, so times to display, get times to display. This is actually date.now. So this is right now. No, actually, we need to do something like new date. Cool. This is now. And we have to do something like convert it to an hour. So new date No, now dot set minutes 0. Now dot set we only need the hour here. Set seconds 0. We only need the hour. Now that set milliseconds 0, right? And now I'm going to say return. Let's just return now for now. And now I'm going to say this.times to display.map. So now we have a timestamp that we want to display, and this should be SL format date. And the date should be date dot, and actually not a timestamp. Let's value of, let's make it a timestamp. Timestamp times to display. Let's only display this. Let's see. This is not what we want. Oh, actually, it's not format date, it's format time. Date time format. Yeah, okay, so we want something like this. Our numeric. No, it's only hour, actually. Can we have only hour? I think we should be able to. Let's just try. So only hour, my friend. Yes, nice. Nicely done, shoelace. So now what happens if I add, no, now, now date, now date. What happens if I now date value of, and now this should be now plus an hour, so that's 60 minutes, 60 seconds, and 1,000 milliseconds. Good, 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 good. You see it going? You see it going?
I see it going.
And they should probably have somewhat of a divider. So this is a row. This is a row. This should actually be join. So join this, please. HTML of SL divider. Vertical. Divider. And join. I think join is like from lead directives join. Okay, divider is not showing up. Divider. Expected to arguments got 1. Because this is inside of that. Okay, good. Now this should be something like align items center. Okay, and now it's like this is millis in an hour. Millis in an hour. Okay, so how many hours, Eric?
What do you mean?
Your row of hours has just a number of hours.
Oh, you mean how many columns?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's make it 12.
Oh God.
Let's make it 10.
No, okay, that's okay. So let's say something like
But we want one that is, so like, we want one, there's a box. Can you see my image here? There's a box here that has like my icon,
I
my
see.
that stuff, and then this is the one that is default the current time. And then if I
Yeah.
move the bounding box, it's the bounding box. And then to the side of that is all of the hours of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So times to display. Okay. Devs out there, this is for sure not the best way to code this. I know. It will work for now. So no, actually start hour I is times no and hour, and now this is like this, and now times to display punto push. This is now plus I times millis in an hour. No way, there is no way this works at first, is there? Toma ya! Toma ya!
Cool,
Hey!
dude.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got it.
Beautiful.
Cool. And
Okay.
then we have the default, right? Okay, so this is the default. This is a column, but we also need the row. And here we should have a self format date. So, and the date should be, and the date should actually just be the selected time zone date. So selected date, which is just a number, but it may be undefined as well. State. Actually, this is just like this. Number, hour, format, 12, date, new, no, date.now, time, zone. This is totally fine like this. Time zone dot time zone. It's not showing up. Let's see what's up with that. This is that selected date. Is that selected date, or no, or cool. Okay, our must be 2-digit or numeric. Sorry about that, shoelace. Okay, yes, this is what we want. Align items center. Good, and we want some kind of better showing of that. So row style, align items center, gap 16px, and this should actually, yeah, that's better. Okay. Cool. Now, if I go and I click one of the columns, so style, cursor, grab, and I click on this. This dot selected date equals timestamp. Oh, yes. Right, and then I can go here and do boom, 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 boom. You see the thing updating? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11. Okay, so we have ourselves. Let's hook in our friends.
Yeah.
We have 30 minutes. Let's see if we can make it. So we need some kind of way. That's something that's one of the kinds of things that in the when you're designing the UI, you don't really think about it, but it's like, okay, you need a way to accept friend requests. Okay, so we have that. Let me just do, no, this is too little for sure. I'm probably like this. Yeah, probably like this is better. So I'm just, how do we do this? Okay, so let's see. Eric, what do you
Yeah.
say? Like, okay, so here we have a manual friend request and we can send friend requests, but then we need a way to accept friend requests, right?
Yeah.
So do we have a button here that says something like my friend request, and you click it and you see the list of friend requests?
Yeah, just a little notification bell in the upper right-hand corner or something like that.
And then when you click it, what? And then you see the list of friend requests. Yeah, okay.
It gives you the list of requests, and then you
Okay,
accept
so
or
actually,
deny them.
if that's the case, I'm actually going to import the notifications module because we need a notifications bell. So Darksoil Studio notifications zome setup, and this is how you set up the notifications zome. I'm just going to, we have some progress already, so I'm just going to
Just
commit
to note
that.
for anyone watching, what we forgot to mention in the beginning of this is Guillem has not seen the drawing of this app before, or didn't like, he knew that we were making something along these lines, but he didn't have this clarity before. So this is just stuff that he's pulling together spur of the moment to be able to do it. And
Yeah.
spur of the moment also is having had already put all of the effort into making the notifications module.
Right.
Which is a
Yeah.
significant effort, but it makes it so you can do it really fast now.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the point of having modules, to be able to just import them in the fly, make them do things. So imported the notifications now, and now we need in our home page, we have notifications here. So I think this is my notifications icon button. Okay, so this should do it. Okay, did you finish? You did finish. Let's import the notifications. So this is Darksoil Studio notifications, these elements, my notifications icon button, and this should have set the notifications context here. Beautiful, beautiful. And now you see the notifications, and we need to, whenever you go to friend requests, you're going to show an overlay page with a back button, overlay page, and inside the overlay, it's going to be friend requests. Right. Close requested, go back home. And we need to import the friends requests thing from the friend zone element, sorry, friend request. What else is this? Oh, let's just try it. PM start. Okay, so we have our ASDF guy, create profile, send my time zone, Barcelona. Yeah, and it's really, really slow now. I wonder what can be done to make it faster. Create profile over here. Barcelona, it seems to be really slow at first. I wonder. Good, and now this could be San Francisco. Now we have our notification bell here. And this is a little different, so if we had more time, we would look into that.
Hanoi. Or did you want to do San Francisco?
No, it's fine to do Hanoi. It's just that it's frozen, actually. Okay, let's see. No sun. Nah, this is so slow. This is untenable. Should we just switch to a couple of inputs for now, like custom made inputs? Look into making it
That's
much
cool.
faster later.
Yep.
What we can do, actually, right? The problem with this probably, okay, so let's go to time zone prompt and let's have it so we don't have a combo box, we have SL input, which is a city. And then SL input. And then whenever this changes, it's going to be whenever this changes, we are going to look it up like this. City data punto length es més gran que 0. No, actually, if city data punto length es més gran que 0, sorry, this is my Catalan speaking. Good. Let's see. Should make it faster. It's going to only allow if you actually type the city correctly, but we can live with that for now.
We know how they're spelled. We know that stuff.
Hopefully. So ASDF with this little house as the avatar, QWeir with the other icon as avatar. Let's see if I say something like, hey, it hasn't updated? What happened? This is not been updated. Why not? Ah, please. Okay, cool. Now it is updated Barcelona. Aha, good. Hanoi, good. Good. Okay. Now we have, let's see that this works. Manual friend request, copy the code and paste it on the other side, and friend request. Let's see. Did we have an error? I think we did have an error. Let's see if it's on this side. Undefined is not an object, timezone.city. Do we have the error here as well? No, we don't. Let's try it again. Copy, send friend request. Why isn't this working? So that should be the notification. No, that's the agent encrypted. Something's fishy, something's up. Notifications, let's just check everything is as it should be. Notifications, friends, and we don't have, do we have, I think we have. Yeah, I think that's fine. Send friend request. Did it do it? Be sure XTTP. Yeah, that's a lot of encrypted messages. To XTTP, and this should be the friend request, which is getting to this agent, because this is the same entry hash. So the friend request is getting, what's not happening is the notifications. Notifications is not being sent. Why are notifications not being sent? That's fine. Holochain app. Notifications context. And inside of this, we have the notifications icon button. If instead of this, I render friend requests, that is going to be shown. Yeah, here we go. These are all our friend requests. Okay, I'm going to leave it for now, because this is probably a problem in probably the Friends module and how it's sending notifications. For now, I'm going to manually have a way to go to our friend requests. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
We have not that much time. Hopefully that's okay.
That's okay. This isn't about getting it finished. It's about getting as far as we can.
Yeah. Requests, and now this dot dispatch event new custom event friend requests selected bubbles true, composed true. That's good. What are you complaining about here, my man? Sure. And then where is the home page? Home page, friend requests selected. Now we should go to router, go to friend requests. Okay, friend requests, beautiful. We should have it. I think this is a label, no, title, my friend requests. Good. And now I accept friend requests, and in theory, we are friends now. And let's see. Take out the friend request from wherever it was before. Friend request, here we go. Take it out. Good, friend request. And now, okay, so what's happening now is that actually, let me think about this straight. We are setting our time zone before saying that we are friends. And that's actually a limitation on the private event sourcing module as of now. So we would need to actually reset it. So can we catch that? What's the best way to catch that? I think I'm just going to brute force it for now. So in the store, let's see. Okay, so this is really brute forcing it. So please cover your eyes. That's okay. So we are going to say const my time zone. We are just going to send my time zone every 10 seconds. My time zone get if, no, sorry. So await to promise if we have set my time zone, this.client.set my time zone .city, my time zone. Okay, let's see. So this should have started it. and then we are setting it every 10 seconds, which should mean that then it gets to our friends. So let's see if that's the case. And then it shouldn't be actually rendering because we are not actually asking for them in our time zones. So this is not time zone from, this is home page. And now, actually, this is just time zone, oopa, time zone dot time zone. And we need to join here. So my friends time zones. So something like friends is that friend store. So getting my friends. Hello, friends. If the friends status is not completed, then we return. That's fine. And I'm just going to take this up here, const my time zone, and const my profile, and do the same because it's much more readable this way. My profile, if my profile, if friends, then friends, if my time zone, then my time zone. Status completed. So now we have value, my profile is my profile.value, friends. Let's see about that. My time zone is my time zone.value. And now it's like we have friends, list of friends. So for each friend, we want to get their time zone. So that would be something like join async of friends.value map over those friends. And for each friend, this store time zone for agent with that friends agent. So friends, time zones. Friends is friends.value, friends, time zones, friends, time zones.value. Okay, what are you complaining about? So map, right, because you need a .get here. Good. And now we have actually data. It's a bunch of data that we're gathering now. My friends' time zones. So this is data. Data. Status completed as const. Actually, to make this happy, my time zone value dot. No? No. Data dot value dot my time zone. Good. Good. We need my profile. Now we need our friends and we need our friends' time zones. So this should be friends, which is a vector of we are in JavaScript world, vector of friend. Good, and a vector of time zones, friends, time zones. So this should be an array of a time zone, right? Okay, and now what do we have? We have another one of these. we don't have any divider, actually render prof, and now we have friends.map friend HTML. So for each friend, we are going to just render their profile, and they have each of them a time zone as well. So friends, time zones I, friends, time zone. Bien. Bien. You see?
I see them.
This is my time zone and this is your time zone. Oh, but actually it's horrendously not aligned. Let's fix that. Let's fix that and finish with this then. So style
It is
gap.
cool though. You can see both of them.
Yeah. So profile is actually going to have a fixed width with 300px. Yeah, that made it, although we need some flexing, some flexi flex. So this should be flex 1. Good. Okay, and now if I do this, yes. No, actually, okay, what's happening now? What is happening now? And we need to make it better aligned. They are not that aligned right now. Render time zone, this should be a fixed width, so width of 80 pixels. Is that enough? Yeah, sounds about right. And then 4 p.m., this is actually wrong. Let's see how we do it. Render profile. In the profile, we have time zone. This should be right. No, it's not right now. If selected date, then date. Time zone. Okay, this is working for sure. And if I go here and I do this, and no, this is not actually working. This says 4 p.m., which is actually my time, not your time, Eric. So time zone. Friends, time zones, but then it's for sure working here, time zone.
Didn't they both change when you clicked? Like, wasn't it different before?
Yeah, but the problem is here, right? Here it's wrong from the get-go. Like it's not 4 p.m. for you, Eric. But then it's good the other way. So this is bad. Time zone. Okay, let's go back. See here, our format. So date is now. Maybe. What? This? No. So format date, our format, time zone. Yes, we understand that. Let's just render time zone here. That's right. Ah, we obviously have it here. So that's 11. 1 p.m. Is something making it trip? Like ID profile dot name? No. Something finicky is happening. It's at the UI level. And we are almost at time. Do we leave this out and just try to publish this and have everyone play with it? See if we can do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's display none. It's going to be interesting seeing what that's about. Okay, so this now looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and package this. On the other side, I'm going to go to my downloads and app image run demo launcher, which is a simple app store where you can publish apps and other people can download them. Let's see if we can publish our new application. So publisher dashboard, create app. We don't have an icon. I'm just going to reuse the house icon.
That sounds good.
So this should be friend zones. So times a simple app to coordinate time zones between friends. Create hub. Okay, good. And it's working. Well, it's doing its thing, packaging the app. Okay, building the UI now. Let's see, new release, web hub bundle. This should be projects, friend zones, work there, friendzones.hub. So 0.0.1, first release of the hub. Great, hub release. Oh, wait, it's uploading. Good, great hub release. Okay, so let's see if you get it.
Got it.
Gonna try to install it.
I don't have it in my app store. Do I need to download the app store again?
No, you just wait for Holochain gossip.
You can try reloading.
Yeah.
And I closed it and loaded it a couple times already.
Okay.
Okay, mine installed.
Oh, there it is.
Section
Cool.
total, create profile. Barcelona, remember to say your city exactly. Whenever you see set time zone as enabled, then you know that you're good. Set time zone. Okay, so let me bring up my chat here. Oh, not here, but here. Okay, I'm going to send you my link.
It doesn't want to create the profile, unfortunately.
doesn't want to create a profile?
Trying it again.
Mine's not even, mine's stuck at the downloading.
Hmm. You were able to download it, Victor.
Yep. And I'm at the profile prompt and it is giving me an error at the profile prompt.
Okay, try with a different icon.
Okay. Yep. Interesting.
Okay. We need to look into that more. Eric, it still isn't working?
It's just I'm getting a little spinning wheel when I hit the downloader, whatever it's downloader install, and I hit that purple button, and it gives me a little white spinning wheel. Oh, or error installing the app. I'll hit install again.
Okay.
Okay. Pasting the code.
Okay, gotcha. Accept. Ooh, failed to accept the friend request. That's
Cool.
weird. Can you do it again?
Oh yeah. You don't want me, I'll send the code, but I can do it again. Okay.
Okay, let's see this time. Accept. Ah, I gotcha.
There we go. I see ya.
I
We've
gotcha.
got great overlap in our time zones. Amazing.
Yeah, I think all the time should work.
Every day.
Eric, it's not working for you?
No, it's not.
Okay, so we have to look into that on the side of the hash store, probably. It's
Yeah.
interesting that Victor did work and then yours didn't. But okay.
Victor, are you on Mac?
No, this is on my Linux.
I wonder if that's why.
Shouldn't make a difference, but worth noting.
Maybe I downloaded the wrong launcher. Maybe I downloaded the one for the wrong chip, Mac chip.
If you got the little app thingy here, it should mean that
You're the right one.
it's the right one, and like at least some things are working.
Yeah, definitely some things are working.
Yeah.
Did the dash chat work for you, Eric? Like, could you install that? Did that
No,
go okay?
I tried both, and neither one's installing.
Okay.
I've closed it and reopened it. I'm doing it again, doing a little close reopen. But that's all right. It worked on your guys' computers, and like this is pretty rad. It was our first build session. I'm pretty amped. Like it's really, really, really cool that we have this in just 2 hours is kind of mind-blowing. Like
It is.
this is only 2 hours, and it's a secure P2P like app that's like buggy, but like like you know, it's definitely a proof of concept. Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's try, like Eric, let us know if you are like you tried one last time.
Oh, I'm still trying one last time. I got the spinning wheel.
The spinning wheel of death.
Outlook not so good. Yeah, error installing the app.
Okay, let's call it.
Yeah.
So we have to look into that, and we have to look into a couple of things here on the notifications module and whatnot. But I hope this was enough to give a little bit of a hint on how it is to just scaffold an app and import friends, import notifications, import private event sourcing, and you have most of the code already working for you, right? We didn't have to do any friend requests, coding on our site, any send, any list my friends, any of that was already done for us. If that wasn't the case, there is no chance we would have been able to build any of this, right? Like this is a profile, you have a name and an avatar, and all of this is inside the friends zone, which the FriendZones app is consuming and just reusing, right? So it didn't need to do any of the friend stuff. And same with notifications. Yes, it didn't work, and the problem is between the integration of friends zone and notification zone. So that's a thing to look into. But they are supposed to play well together. And whenever you create a friend request, then there is a notification here telling you that that's the case. And now at the app level, the app is only concerned about time zones, which is what the app is about, right? Everything else, all the normal stuff that most apps need, like profiles, friends, and notifications and that kind of thing, it was imported. And this was the whole reason why we were able to code all of this into hours.
Yeah. It's because of months of other work.
Yep, exactly.
But that's reusable over and over and over again, so that other people don't have to do the months and months of work.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm pretty happy with the result. I'm still like the bug over here with the time zone being the same, like that's really weird. I'm going to look into that after we end. And then obviously we need to look into the notifications one. But other than that, I mean, the flow worked and me and Victor were able to see each other. So that's already like, oh, nice, nice. And I also like that we have the demo launcher to be able to like just publish to the App Store. Just, like just publish a new thing over here and you just install it and it just opens and it works.
That's incredible.
Eric, we need to look into why it's not working for you. But we are starting to have like a workflow to be able to do these kinds of things.
Yeah. I mean, it's our first build session, and I'm really, really, really excited about it and really looking forward to more.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Stop sharing now. And yeah, this has been it for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Guillem. That was a
Thanks.
really, really nice driving you're doing there. Quite
Thanks.
enjoyed that.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks. It's challenging. It can be challenging to like code at the same time as like explaining what I'm doing and so on. And I hope to get better at doing that over time as well.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for watching, if this is all the way. And until next time.